back. This I don't think hit the shelves until like January or February this year. I'm pretty sure it was a new flavor this year. But I ordered it for my H-E-B curbside pickup order. It was funny because I thought I was getting the peppermint mocha one because that's what the picture was on the app. But then the description, I realized after I like placed the order, was white chocolate raspberry. But I wasn't mad about it, and I'm not mad about it because this flavor is pretty good. Welcome back to another work week in my life. My name's Abby Asselin. If you're new here, I just quit my job, or I put in my notice 2 Fridays ago. And you know what that means. This Friday is my last day of work at the Big Four firm that I work at. So this is my last work week in my life last Big Four work week in my life, I should say. For the time being, I will still be doing week in my life, work week in my life vlogs. I don't know when I will be in what's called a traditional job next after this, but I hope you guys stick around and watch regardless. I'm very grateful and thankful that I'm not necessarily having to rush and jump into another job right away. But if you've been here a while, you also know that I'm getting married in 13 days. So kind of just trying to get through the wedding and honeymoon, and then we're gonna pick back up on the figuring out what I'm doing job-wise next section later. If you haven't seen my vlog from when I did put in my notice, I highly recommend going to watch it, just because in that video I do share a lot of the like what and why and kind of answer some of the initial questions you may have. Today I had a podcast episode go up and I talked a lot more about my experience working at a Big Four firm, like going into detail about that and more of the why behind why I was quitting, and I went into a lot more detail about what's next for me. I know in my vlog where I put in my notice, I was just kind of like, I've looked at other finance and accounting jobs, but haven't really found anything, but I went into a lot more detail about like what actually could be next for me. So definitely go listen to that too if you want more detail, or if you're just needing some encouragement if you're going through the same thing right now. I also cannot believe that Christmas is in 6 days. I know that this vlog is going up after Christmas, but I don't know about you guys, and I say this, I swear, every year, and I know that a lot of the reasoning why is because we had our parental figures and then like our schools and everything when we were younger create the Christmas experience for us. So it's kind of up to us to create that experience once we're adults and no longer living under our parents' roof. And I think that's why a lot of people say it doesn't feel like Christmas. However, I like to think that I put in a lot of effort to make it feel like Christmas. I decorate the beginning of November. Went and looked at Christmas lights last week, did all the things. I've been listening to Christmas music. It just doesn't feel like it should be Christmas yet. I don't know how you guys feel, but that's where I'm at. I'm about to go ahead and get started with work though, and I actually at the beginning of this year put in time on my schedule to have this whole week off. And I kind of knew I would probably be quitting in December at the beginning of the year, but I wanted to at least have it on the calendar already just so I didn't get scheduled on anything. So I'm technically supposed to be on vacation this week. And I think a lot of times when people have unlimited PTO, they tend to like take their vacation during their last 2 weeks of work, just because it's not like you're getting paid out any vacation days. I do have some things I need to like finish up at work, tie up some loose ends. I'm like getting a lot of notes together for a lot of my teams of just like processes and how-tos for a lot of things for the people that are going to be replacing me to like make my team's lives hopefully easier. So I'm not actually taking the vacation. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to take vacation if it wasn't something that you like already scheduled once you put in your 2 weeks, or at least I saw that in some kind of form or something. But I did put this vacation in at the beginning of the year. So my plan for this week is to kind of just like get the work done that I need to get done, which I do have a few things I need to take care of like first thing this morning. And I'll be available to like, help out, but ultimately I'm probably going to be working on like a lot of wedding planning stuff around the house. I have a few errands I need to run, but I'll save all those for like during lunchtime. That way I'm like available, but it's like I'm not going to be sitting at my computer all day, you know what I mean? Because I'm supposed to technically be on vacation this week, but I want to stick around in case anybody needs help with anything last minute. But last week of work, working at a Big Four, literally does not feel real, but let's go ahead and get started. It's lunchtime and I'm running a few really quick errands. I just ran and dropped off 2 returns. I ran in CVS because I placed a photo pickup order last night for some pictures that we're gonna put in some frames that I just got like from TJ Maxx and thrifted. We're gonna put those like on a table at the rehearsal center. I just went and picked those up and grabbed some trash bags too because I know we're almost out, but it's my last stop. I'm running into TJ Maxx really quick because everything was kind of like right here in the same area. I'm looking for a suitcase again, which I know a few vlogs ago I was looking for a suitcase because I don't have a functional working one right now. All of mine are like completely broken. I'm mainly looking for a larger one, honestly. I was looking for a carry-on, but now I'm honestly like, I think I can probably borrow a carry-on from like my brother and sister-in-law or Griffin's parents just for the sake of our honeymoon, if that's what I end up using. Given that we're going to be gone for a long time, I would rather just go ahead and get a bigger one. So let's go look for that. And I'm also looking for a basket to put our light up foam sticks for the wedding in. And Target didn't really have any that weren't like $40+. So hoping to find one like $20-ish here. Just got home from running my errands, and y'all already saw in the clip when I was in TJ Maxx, but I'm so excited because I found a freaking CalPack luggage, like a large luggage suitcase in TJ Maxx. One of my bridesmaids and like best friends, Julia, she came and visited in July, and she had just gotten one, but it was a carry-on size from TJ Maxx. And she was telling me how like her friend had gotten one from TJ Maxx that was CalPack. And CalPack, the carry-on sizes were on our registry, or are on our registry and we like tagged it as our top choice since both of us don't have carry-on size suitcases right now. But I was like, if I could at least just find a large one, because I know I'm gonna need to replace mine that broke anyways, I think I'll be good for Costa Rica. Since it'll be warmer and it's not like I'm having to pack like super heavy coats or anything, I think I can get away with just doing this in like my base weekender or something. But I found this really cute pink one. I probably wouldn't normally go for a pink suitcase, but honestly it'll stand out, and I actually really like the color of it. It looks atrocious in this lighting, but you get the idea. But it's a really good size, comes up to like almost my hip, and I've heard great things about CalPack, so hopefully it's good and lasts a while. And then I got this basket for our foam sticks. I think it's tall enough for them to like lay or stand correctly. I don't love the look of the inside of it because it makes it look kind of cheap, but the foam sticks will be filling it, and the foam sticks look cheap, so it's fine. But it's a really good size, $15, so way better than anything I could have gotten on Amazon or Target. But honestly, that TJ Maxx had so much good stuff in it. We meal prepped our usual ground turkey and rice, black beans, and corn concoction that's literally so easy just because it was the fastest thing to make. Griffin actually made it all yesterday while I was folding laundry. But we made it with carnitas seasoning this week, the Siete carnita seasoning that we love a lot, instead of taco seasoning, just to switch it up so we don't get sick of the taco seasoned ones. I got asked to do kind of like a walkthrough for like a lot of the how-tos with working, a lot of like the programs and things that we use for one of my engagements, because there's somebody obviously replacing me, but then like this is a really big team, but the part of the team I worked on, there's just one replacement to replace me, but there's some other like sub teams that are getting new people, and I just got asked like this morning if I could do like a walkthrough for all of them. It's like 3 or 4 people, I think. So I didn't really prepare for it. But the good thing is that all morning I was working on preparing my notes for that specific thing, which was really just copying and pasting them over and making sure they were all like still relevant. So I kind of ended up inadvertently preparing myself for this walkthrough by doing all those notes this morning. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm probably gonna be pretty much done for the day, depending on how long this takes. I put an hour on the calendar for it, but we'll see if it actually takes that long or not. Does anybody else like have to have their hair back when they're presenting or like just doing, I don't know, talking in meetings? I don't know what it is, but it's like I have to have my hair off my neck, out of my face. Like it's gotta be real founding father-esque. And also Ella hates when I'm on the phone, which is always so hard in meetings because I don't like putting her in her kennel when I'm at home, but I kind of have to during meetings because she just does this the whole time, and then she'll start barking and growling because she hears other people talking, hears me talking, and gets mad when it's not to her. Got home from an F45 workout and I'm about to shower. I'm gonna take one of these Beekeepers Naturals vitamin C immune support. So I meant to put it in my smoothie because you can't really like taste it when it's in a smoothie, but I don't think it tastes bad because I'm pretty sure it just tastes like honey because that's what it is. Got it in PR, but I'm really wanting to just make sure my immune system's like really good before the wedding and just like really get enough vitamin C, because who knows if I do get enough or not. So I remembered I had these last night when I was laying in bed, and I was like, I need to take one of those, like, leading up to the wedding, like every other day or something. Tart and sweet, but it doesn't taste bad at all because it just tastes like honey. Lunchtime and I'm eating a yogurt bowl. I'm just gonna eat my like meal prep lunch, I think around like 2, because that's just what I've been doing, is eating the yogurt and then the lunch. It's been such a productive like lunch hour though, and this morning as well. There was like a firm-wide call at like 11, so I just had it on my Teams on my phone. I definitely did not need to attend it with me leaving in literally 2 days or 3 days, but I sat in on it anyways because I was just curious, because I knew they'd probably be talking about like the return to office stuff and everything like that, and I was just kind of curious to see what they said. But anyways, I had that playing, and while that was playing, I worked on editing my sponsorship integration. I have to get this video submitted Thursday, I think, but I have all the rough cuts done. I just need to go in and add the titles and the music and make the intro and then send it off. So that feels really good because I can like work on that tomorrow morning. I don't really like doing everything in one sitting because I find that I tend to make more mistakes when I do that. I got the video edited, which feels so good because it was like a week worth of footage. And then I had a bunch of like emails I needed to do related to the wedding, just like with providing our final guest count and the dietary restrictions, like who was sitting at what table and who, and like the specifics of everyone's different dietary restrictions. I had to book our transport from our second hotel that we're staying at in Costa Rica for our honeymoon to the airport, because we had it for our first one but not for our second one. And then I just got an email with kind of like the schedule for all of the things we're booking at our like first resort, because we're kind of just staying on property that whole time for the first place we're staying. But we had a couple things that they featured within like their things to do brochure that we did really want to do, so I kind of sent all those over last night, and I just got the email of like the suggested schedule, and I'm literally like putting on my Google Calendar, I'm like putting Griffin as an attendee, and I'm like sending it to him. And it's just making me so excited because I can't believe how soon it is. And I'm so excited for us to like go on a true vacation by ourselves, because we've never been on a vacation just like us two in terms of it being like a true vacation. We've traveled just us two together, but it was literally one time, and it was to like when we went to the Rose Bowl for a night, and it was in Dallas. So we were just like staying in a hotel to go to the football game, because anytime we travel, we're either going to visit friends, we're going with family, or I'm going to stay at like my family's house in Florida. So this is our first true vacation together, so kind of iconic for the first time in 6 years. So it has been a very productive morning, and I'm also working on reformatting our seating chart, because I took, last night we went to Griffin's parents for dinner, and I took over, I had 13 pages of like printer paper, 8.5 by 11, with like the last names and everything, and had it, and I was testing it out on the mirror that we have. I got one of the mirrors from Sam's Club, and we're just going to reuse it in our apartment, the like $150 one that's kind of, it's not a dupe for the Anthropologie one, but it's the same style, just not as big, but it's still a really good size, and it's big. I took the sheets that I printed out with everything over, and it was just too many sheets of paper, and it was ultimately just going to take up too much room, because I kind of wanted to put our favorite people in vinyl and make that with my Cricut and stick that at like the top of the mirror, and then put all the seating charts. So I just worked on turning everything to landscape and instead of vertical, because I can fit a lot more names that way on each page. And now it's only in 4 pages instead of 13, or no, I'm an idiot. It's in 6 pages instead of 13. So cut it in half, which is really good. So it'll just be 3 rows of 2 more than likely. And I think some of them look a little smush, but I think it's okay because the font's still like large enough to be read on a sheet of paper and everything. And it's definitely not a small font. Like I have it on size 27, so it's pretty big. But I'm really excited that I've gotten a lot done. But I'm going to change and walk Ella since I'm still in my robe from when I showered earlier this morning. But I'm feeling a lot better now that I've gotten a lot of this done, because a lot of these things were looming over me, especially with the honeymoon. I've been putting off the honeymoon stuff for so long. You get so consumed with wedding planning that you forget to even like plan the honeymoon. y'all just saw me working on this, which I actually made it on Saturday, but I had ordered 2 canvases, or they came in a 2-pack just in case I messed up. But basically over like the last however many times I've gone home to Florida, I've collected shells when I've gone to make this because I saw like all the shell art on TikTok a long time ago and I knew I wanted to make my dad something off of it based off of like home and everything and just getting shells from there. But I just got a canvas and then used the like plaster, I think it's like called Dex something, I'll leave it linked down below, and put the shells in. But the first time I did it, I didn't do a thick enough layer of plaster, so like the shells were easily popping out, which it looks like it didn't do a thick enough layer on the bottom over here either. I think I might try to put Mod Podge on top of all this to seal it, and I just put a little heart, like I used a shell to trace that since it was like kind of blank space up here. But I know it like literally looks like a toddler did it, but it's not supposed to like look perfect because it's made out of shells. But I kind of made it based off of this picture, and he's not gonna like probably know the picture when he sees it, but I'll show it to him and then I know he'll like it a lot. So this little picture from when I was little and I was like all dressed up as a princess. But I just redid that this evening. I've been organizing a lot of boxes. I unpacked all of our dance floor party favors and kind of got them in the boxes they'll be going in. This big black one that I got earlier was originally going to hold the foam sticks because these foam sticks are actually a lot smaller than the ones I've like had at other weddings, but it's because I got ones that like only flash white just because that's what I wanted from them and they were cheaper. But now I see that they're cheaper because they were smaller. But it's totally fine because they get the job done. But I kind of did a mix of dance floor favors instead of doing all of one kind. So we have these, and then we have like these little fiber optic little sticks, and then some light up little big, well they're not little, they're actually huge diamond rings that are just fake. So I have all those for the dance floor props, and we'll have like a table by the DJ that'll have those 2 small baskets on it, and then this big basket is going to hold the Alabama shakers for when Dixieland Delight and Sweet Home Alabama play. And then I've got like the parental gifts, I've got the menus and the bar menus in here. This is for the day of for my girls. I got a bunch of the Skims, like some night dresses for like $30 each on Black Friday, which was such a steal. So I'm so excited about those, and they're like silver, so super fun for New Year's Eve. And then this box kind of has a lot of day of stuff in it, so emergency type of things. These are gonna be kind of throughout the venue, the pictures and picture frames I got, but we also need these for the rehearsal dinner. We've got our marriage license, I've got the guest book, I've got my day of robe. These are for like walking in the grass and heels. And I've got like this tool for my dress to like get it on. And I've been making like a packing list for the day of and for the whole weekend. I've just been kind of like adding to it. And I just broke down so many boxes from what the candles were in. And Griffin was working on all these candles, getting the candles like actually into the vases. So kind of a mess over here, but we're making progress and at least like getting rid of some boxes and able to like take them out to be recycled. So they're at least not taking up as much space in here. I don't know about you guys, but the smell, like the smell of the inside of a Dunkin' Donuts has to be one of the most nostalgic smells ever. Like anytime I smell it, I'm literally 14 again, 15, riding with my brother to high school, getting a Dunkin' before being 20 minutes late to AP Euro. Just went to a Dunkin', got some iced coffee, or really this was a cold brew. Didn't go to F45 this morning because I went Saturday to Tuesday, so my body needs a break. The one thing that I'm really bad about when it comes to mornings that I skip F45 and I go out and get coffee is that I always forget to eat before, because I'm so used to eating like right when I wake up when I go to F45. So when I don't do that, I forget to eat something first, and I know it's really bad for your hormones to drink coffee on an empty stomach. I was in the mood to like drive this morning and like go get a coffee. You know, when you just get in that mood, you're like, I want to get in the car and listen to music and go get a coffee. But I specifically wanted to listen to Christmas music, and I've just been trying to listen to them because I just don't feel like it's supposed to be Christmas, so I'm trying to like get myself in the mood that way. But I got a Dunkin' cold brew. This is the toasted white chocolate coconut cold brew. It just sounded like something I'd really like. I've actually never had Dunkin's coconut. I will say I wish I would have tried this in iced coffee instead of cold brew, because I can't totally taste the flavors that strongly because it's in cold brew, because the flavor of the cold brew is strong. But I really enjoy Dunkin's cold brew. Like the flavor of their cold brew is actually good. And I got just 2 pumps of each because the coconut is the unsweetened shots instead of like the sweetened swirls. So I got 2, I just reduced it by 1 of each of the flavors, the 2 coconut shots and then the 2 toasted white chocolate swirls. and I did oat milk instead of creams. And it's really good. Still got up early this morning though because I wanted to like get a lot done before work. I'm gonna go run a couple errands around lunchtime today with Griffin's mom related to the wedding. I have my exit interview though this morning for my firm, which I have no idea what it's gonna be about, like how it goes. I'm a little nervous for it. I have that at 9 and like I don't know who's in it. I thought I knew who did it at my firm, but they weren't on the meeting invite, so now I'm just kind of confused with who's going to be on it. So that's in a little over an hour. I was supposed to have therapy at 8, but I asked if we could reschedule to after the holidays. I honestly feel good right now, and there were some things that I definitely could have talked about today and worked through, but I just felt like it would put me in a lower mood if I did that, and I didn't want to do that. And I also have some wedding things that I want to get done on my computer this morning before my exit interview, because after my exit interview, I need to do a couple things like for work, like my corporate job on my computer. And then, you know, that's probably going to take up until lunchtime. I want to get these things done on my computer right now for the wedding. So let's work on that. My friend who left like this time last year, I'm pretty sure she talked to somebody like local from my firm when she had her exit interview. And mine was just with somebody from GDS, which is like our offshore team based in India, which is fine. But I just thought it would be with somebody who would be from my office. It took 4 minutes. I'm just shocked at how underwhelming that was. Like you would think it would be more of like this, I don't know. I feel silly now. I was over here stressing about talking to somebody local from the firm. I'm glad that only took 5 minutes of my morning. I'm working on the last 2 sections of notes that I need to get sent over to my teams so that they have them for the people replacing me. This is so crazy, but we've got like one more day, you guys. If I'm being completely honest, I feel like yesterday was my last day of work. I didn't vlog a ton yesterday because yesterday ended up kind of just being my day to like wrap everything up in terms of getting like all the notes I was sending to my teams out and finishing up any last minute things that like some of my teams had asked me to do before I leave. So I kind of finished up all of my work like left at the firm yesterday, and a lot of my teams are like out of office today and tomorrow since the firm's like shut down all of next week for Christmas and New Year's. So a lot of people are like already out, but I'm like kind of emo because one of my seniors, which she was really like the senior I'm like most sad about leaving just because I worked the most with her and like we worked on a lot of different things together. I obviously worked really closely with her on many different things, but she sent me an email yesterday that was just like really, really sweet. So she just sent me her like kind of goodbye email, I guess you could say, yesterday since she's gonna be out kind of the rest of this week. And it just kind of put me in my feels because I was like, dang, like it does actually really suck leaving her. But I told her this and she was just like truly the epitome and such a good example of even if you work a seemingly unimportant and monotonous job, like one where you feel like you don't get a ton of fulfillment and it in the grand scheme of things doesn't feel super important, like preparing tax returns compared to like teaching or being a nurse or saving lives in some way, you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel super important. So it's really hard sometimes, I think, for people in like finance, accounting, similar things to feel like they're leaving an impact at the end of the day and feel fulfilled. So I told her this, I was like, I know it can be really monotonous and, you know, unfulfilling, but I hope you know that working with you is, you know, like a great example of somebody leaving an impact. So I hope you feel fulfilled in that, and told her that, you know, she inspired me to like work harder and treat my teams the way like she supported hers and everything. If anything feels fulfilled in that alone, because also like nobody tells you those things when you're, you know, working in Big Four, like in finance and accounting. Like I feel like not many people say, you know, you're leaving, you're making an impact, you're making a difference. And I don't know, I just feel like she probably needed to hear that. And she was really just someone who really like advocated for me and supported me, came to like switching teams and my schedule and stuff like that. I just really appreciate her for being there for me when I couldn't really be there for myself. Anyways, with my work basically being done, my plan today, I'm really gonna try and like start getting some cleaning done around the house because we honestly being completely transparent, haven't really done a deep clean in over a month, which is disgusting. It's just been spot cleaning the kitchen mainly, and like the bathroom counters here and there, but that's it. So it's literally repulsive in here. Catch up on laundry. When I got home from F45 this morning though, I immediately kind of took care of exporting a video that has to be sent in for approval this morning, but then I had some Instagram stories to edit, which didn't take too long, and like film the voiceover for. So I went ahead and did that, knocked it out since it's due today. I have a meeting with my YouTube manager at noon, which I'm really excited for because I just love her. So she's like one of my friends from college. And then I've got to run into a store to pick up some things for a brand deal because ideally I'm going to film for it either tomorrow or next week after Christmas and before the wedding. The content isn't going live until January and technically isn't due until January, but it's due like right when we get back from the honeymoon. So I want to go ahead and get it done with, but I have to go in store to pick out the items for the brand deal. So I'm going to go to that store. We ended up spending yesterday like late afternoon, evening with Griffin's family. So his whole family's back in town right now. One of his sisters won't be with us for Christmas because she's a nurse and she has to work. So we were trying to spend time with them last night and everything. So that's why I didn't vlog a lot yesterday. But we've got a lot to do today, so let's get it going. I just tried on this jumpsuit for the rehearsal dinner. I got it from Untamed Petals, which Untamed Petals is pricey, and I was expecting to have to spend like at least $100 on a rehearsal dinner dress, and Untamed Petals has things that are like $300, and I was like, yikes, I don't want to spend that. However, last weekend I was scrolling and they had an extra 30% off their sale items. This jumpsuit was on sale and I got it for like $32, which is crazy. Like you can't even get a jumpsuit like this on Amazon for that price. I did have to pay like $12 for shipping, so it ended up being like $50 after taxes and shipping, but still an amazing deal. But when I tell y'all I'm like about the bust out of it, I'm about the bust. Surprisingly, it actually fits me kind of perfectly. The only thing is the length, but I'm gonna wear heels, so it's fine. I was really worried about there being like a gap in the back right here, but it actually fits my whole midsection and hips perfectly. Got a small, because normally if I get a medium, I can't fill the top out. The bust part of it and the ribs is so tight. Buttons with pearls on the side right here, which is a nice touch instead of it being just like a cheap zipper, you know? But I was struggling getting these on, let me tell you. But I was gonna maybe try and find something different today because I was worried about this fitting. But it actually like is really flattering and fits me pretty well. So the only thing is I feel like I need a jacket to go over it, but I can just use something in the closet because it's gonna be a little chilly. I didn't really envision myself wearing like a feathery related thing, but honestly, it's really cute. And I just got such a steal on it, like come on. And I knew I needed to try this on because if it didn't fit me, I needed to get something like today, basically. So I'm really glad it fits. I've had a bunch of PR that's been like sitting in a box and I've kind of just been picking through it and using some of the stuff and trying it out for content, like for reels and everything, but I definitely have more than a person needs, you know? And here, this is like kind of my makeup that I always just keep in this bag, and a lot of times when I film, I'll just like throw new things to try in this bag, so I kind of want to like consolidate this bag into like my basics. I have all these contacts I need to put up, and I just cleaned the mirrors in here, but I am getting things separated between like makeup I need to just like throw out that I've had for a while, but I'm going to be doing a giveaway when I get back from the honeymoon of just some excess PR from this year, and a lot of it's really great stuff that hasn't been used at all, of course. So I've been going, because I keep a lot of my extra PR in these two drawers, and I try to use what I can because, you know, I like to use what I can from brands because it's so generous of them to send me stuff, especially with me kind of diving more into like makeup content with short form content, because that's just like one of my favorite things to do with short form content. But I still have way more than I need, so kind of like, you know, if I have 5 different face washes, like let's clean out some of those and just keep a few. If I've got a bunch of different eyeshadow palettes, same thing, I don't need a ton. My mission right now is to get the counters in here cleaned and the showers cleaned. Really just want to get the bathrooms done though, because that way, like this weekend / tomorrow, all we'll have to do is the kitchen and the floors, which Griffin will take care of the floors. We do have plans tomorrow evening, so it'll probably be Saturday when he does that, so I really have until Saturday to get the rest of this situated. But trying to do as much as I can because I have so much content that I'm wanting to like film, and I need it to be clean in order for me to like sit down and film, because that's just how my brain works. But my call earlier went really well, and I've really just been working on cleaning and getting the giveaway things together, getting a pile of donation stuff together that I've been putting off. I have a bunch of clothes that have been on my Poshmark for forever and that I took to like Plato's Closet but didn't sell, so getting all of that stuff in a bag to donate. Y'all know the vibes. just got out of an F45 class and I am running into a store to get stuff for a brand deal in January, like I think I already talked about in this vlog. So I don't know, probably won't get to filming content for it today, but I can at least do that tomorrow or maybe like someday next week in between Christmas and the wedding. But I at least want to go ahead and get picking it up taken care of, especially because it's like early right now, which I didn't realize the store opened at like 7 a.m, which is crazy for like a department store. I want to go in now because I know like this weekend it'll be so crazy. I feel like after Christmas it'll probably be really crazy too, because I feel like people usually go shopping to spend their like gift cards and their money after Christmas. Went to F45 this morning though, and I'm so glad I did. I almost didn't go, but I like literally was like laying in bed, should I go or should I not go? And I was just so tired, but I feel so much better now that I went, because if I wouldn't have gone I'd feel so just like dazed right now. And now I like feel super woken up because of the endorphins and everything. And also it's honestly like probably my favorite F45 class structure that they have. So the Joker is like my favorite class because it's the perfect mix of cardio and strength without like being too fatiguing in either area. And it makes me sweat like no other class. Like you probably can't really tell right now, but I was like dripping in the class. So that's when you know it's a good one, especially when you're used to going all the time and it's still making you like drip sweat. Love it. Here we go, y'all, logging on for the last time ever. I'm restarting my computer and resetting it before I package everything up to send it out. So I sent my thank you email, and like literally pretty much everybody was out of office today for the holidays. So I pretty much got an automatic reply for just about everybody it went to, but last time.